Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing okay. I'm better today. Doug's cat's doing much better. Last night we got a little bit of liquids down him, and he uh wouldn't eat anything. But this morning, or no, last night through the night, Doug said he did eat some of that chicken I made him, and then so this morning I was looking into raw food diets, which is basically sort of gross, but I took some hamburger and just barely cooked some for him, and that got him to eat, and he loves it anyway. Um, so he ate, and then he drank tons of water. So he's looking better and feeling better, and we had to give him his medicine last night and again this morning, drop a quarter of a pill down his poor little throat for the rest of his life, unless I can find some kind of homeopathic um, treatment. And what I did find out about thyroid disease in cats is it is very common in middle-aged cats from age 8. One vet said 8 on up, like middle-aged, and another one said like 11 years and up, that they get uh growths on their thyroids. And then there's four other glands right on the other side, so you or on each side. um you can have them surgically removed if if, well, it's non-cancerous most of the time. But the danger is the mother glands that are really close to can have complications with that, or it can be radiated, which is really super expensive. And this would freak Bob out entirely, because just part of a day freaked him out either time he's been to the vet, but or any both times. And but um the first was to get him fixed and have his shot. So, but anyway, so now with the radiation, that would they'd want to keep him from 7 to 10 days, and it's like, nah, that would break his heart. That so I think it's the medication for the rest of his life. So there's our choices with the situation. But with all the witchcraft going on in the world and stuff, I really truly expected this solstice morning to wake up and Bobby not be alive. But by the grace of God, and I asked for a special prayer, that cat is up and about like you wouldn't believe, doing really good for being on his deathbed. His mouth was glued shut. He tried to eat, but he couldn't, so, but he's doing well. And like I said, he drank a lot of water and ate quite a bit of that burger and then had some chicken yesterday. And oh, I went out this morning. Well, the first thing I did was got a hold of this lady, Callie Ann, to help me with these kitties to be fixed and rehomed or homed if they can be. They're wild. So I told her I was considering keeping the mama. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I really don't. If she could be found a wonderful home, that would be probably ideal for her too. Um, because things aren't always as kosher around me in my life that I would want to subject any little being another time to that. So there's a dilemma there. Um, because just even with Bobby, it's bad enough right now for him. He goes through an awful lot, and he is such a loving little guy. It's unbelievable. You'd be surprised the depth in his eyes, it's like remarkable. So, but yeah, he is doing much better. So I got a hold of this lady this morning. on Messenger, and I'm waiting for her to get back. And then this afternoon, I went out and put some more wood up on their kitty house and another window. I just kind of sat there. I braced it um, because we're waiting for. I don't know if the wood's ready over at the lumber yard yet, but we'll find out. It was too late to find out today, and Doug got a late start with being up late with his kitty. So yeah, it's so that is the scoop around here. Kind of a nice day. It was kind of a chillier night, and so I'm glad I got actually all their walls and roofs are totally covered with either glass, wood, or the one side's mostly a tarp. But that's better than what it was, and so yeah. Better than nothing, I guess, too. And I think the mama cat at night has been going in Dusty's house, my horse's um house there, where I had the chicken coop in there too. And that's hardwood floor and insulated, and a little covered chicken coop inside the barn. So it's like double protection. So I think she's been going in there at night to get away from her kids. So and that's okay too. So whatever works out, and yeah. But yeah, that's I guess the raw food diet with the cats. I'm not entirely so sold on just raw meat for my cat because I know it carries parasites. Even if it's beef, even if it's the most grade A, it still has bacteria that a certain amount of heat is going to kill, which is 160 degrees. So I made it like medium rare for him, just, yeah, yuck. But anyway, he liked it. When I was chopping it up for him, I was thinking to myself, yeah, this looks about like a dead mouse. Oh, icky. Speaking of dead mice, boy, our government's sure messing us over. Um, it's not going to be long where all of them demolish all their heads of state and combine into their one United Nations, and they already got their own army. And um, when they implement Bitcoin and want you to get the quantum dot so you can even shop, you know, I don't even know if they'll let the people that are not complying go shopping. I highly doubt it. So just be prepared for that one way or another. That's you know, their whole agenda is to combine all the world in then one religion, which is not our Father. And that's their means of controlling everybody and doing whatever they want to anybody. You know. So not like I'm going to roll over and play dead and say, oh, do whatever you want, because no, I'm not. Not even. Never. Excuse me. What a bunch of dirt bags, right? Can you believe it that people would be so low life like that? Oh, I can believe it, but I mean, I don't want to believe it, but it is true, you know. I really, even when I was a kid, I couldn't believe the way the people that thought they were better than everybody in the world, it always just astounded me, like, who in their right mind? You're not in your right mind or your left mind, you know? Unless you actually are. Well, then maybe you have something to say. If you do, hey, I want to hear you. I'm all ears. You know. Wow. So, yeah. Excuse me, I'm going to light a cigarette. Wow. Huh? So it's kind of interesting to see everything unfold because we know it is the end game, that Satan rises first. Well, actually, he's already risen, he's already been in power. And they say the Antichrist comes first. He already did. That's what he's been doing, you know. Like his 3 days are up. Those were the 3 days of darkness. Not that the judgment day isn't going to be a bad one because it will be. But that we're getting towards the end of it where things will get better after that. So, I mean, when you say, or don't think, it can't get any worse because it's gonna. Yeah. What I'm saying is absolutely fact. This is, you can see what they're doing. That's what they're doing. So, yeah, it's unbelievable. They're not in their right mind, you know. God, give somebody an inch, they take a mile, eh? That goes with, like if you were kind of duped in a relationship and like there was a chance that this person could have actually been a righteous human being by some of the values that it distributed, like when you first met and you were like, wow, that's kind of amazing, not many people are like that or something like that. You're thinking to yourself, hey, here's a keeper or whatever, but yeah, for the people that got tricked like that, my heart goes out to you. I really do feel you. Uh, it's a hard thing to deal with. I just know I had to be straight up and honest and just say, hey, this is where I draw the line. These are my boundaries. Things changed when you were doing this and now you don't do this anymore. Then this is what changed and made me have to adapt to that, you know. So, don't ever blame yourself and don't let them try and blame you for that because people bring on upon themselves what they get from others, usually, you know. So that's just operating on their level and it's not even something that I would normally even want to do. It's something that I'm forced to do as a part of self-preservation, you know. And you do. You have to preserve your time of prayer and peace and quietness for your own sanity and people that you care about, to keep going for them and to keep strong. And if somebody tries to throw a wrench in my gears and make me appear mentally unbalanced because they truly are, um, just don't fall into deep conversation. Keep things as brief as you can because It's always a baited conversation with this fallen bloodline. They it's always, even it can start innocent and they'll take it somewhere else. Cut them off and tell them you're getting tired or whatever, you need to rest, or um even what they're saying, you can't understand it. Maybe I'm just not that smart. I've said, I just, I'm crazy, it's just, I don't think I can understand what you're saying. Maybe somebody else can, something like that. So I've laid some things on him lately that he's like, you son of a bitch. To me, he's thinking, so, or a daughter of one, however, you know. So. But yeah, that's what I do now because I know. And then I get this, how come you can say what you want to say, and then when I go to say something, you don't want to hear it? I go, because what you're saying, I don't want to hear. You know, when I'm talking about, I listen to other people that are talking about the same things I am. That's what I like to talk about. Things that concern the kingdom of God and his followers, my brothers and sisters out there, and Christ himself. Those are my concerns. Everything else is just everything else. Well, I'm gonna let it go there. I just wanted to get on briefly, tell you, oh, here's something a little kind of humorous. I was watching a Robin's Hood video last night. It was like 200 and some minutes long, which was really cool because he is my favorite YouTuber. Maybe favorite person in the whole world. I don't know. I haven't met him personally, but I think he is a righteous human being. I really just with all my heart sense that. So anyway, um here's when you're comfortable around somebody. I'm listening to them and I just fall asleep after 20 minutes. Listen to the whole thing, and when it was over, when somebody else came on, I woke up. So the cool thing was this morning I had a brand new video to watch. So that was enjoyable. And I've done that before, but it is true. If I can fall asleep, I used to fall asleep listening to Manley P and Harold Camping, and who else was? Oh, once in a while, David Icke. I'd listen to some of his stuff, but especially with Manley P. I've listened to his lectures for decades and read his teachings many times through the years. But he was a really good preacher, very very intelligent human being, like unbelievable, into the sciences and stuff, plus being or ordained minister. So and a believer of Jesus Christ. So as that um actual combined being of energies, he knew the truth of it all. And so that made it more enjoyable when I know that somebody's actually, well, he's gone, but that he actually spoke the truth. And I think a lot of people missed it, or maybe they just intentionally missed it. But um, anything a person could want to know about the Bible are in his lectures. Anything a person would want to know about the occult and other religions, He knows the lineage of the people, how they moved around the world, and how religions were created and what came from what and who, and his knowledge is like no other, no other. So I would recommend um catch a few of his lectures. um Pick something that interests you and try it, you know. So he's truly a gem. A lot of people do listen to him, but I don't think they understand what type of a priest for God he literally was, and what an important role he plays in our knowledge base of what we have.